Hello there, and welcome to the Science to Sleep channel. I'm so glad you're here. Maybe it's been a long day, or maybe you're the kind of person who finds peace in the quiet hum of the universe rather than in counting sheep. Either way, tonight's journey is for you. You don't need to do anything right now, just breathe. Let your thoughts soften, your shoulders sink, and your breath fall into rhythm with the slow pulse of the earth. Because tonight, we're not just stargazing. We're drifting, slowly and weightlessly, through our home galaxy, the Milky Way. A river of stars, a spiral of dust, gas, and dark matter, turning gently in the dark for over 13 billion years. Every light you've ever seen in the night sky is part of it. And so are you. Together, we'll wander through its arms, its hidden heart, its forgotten outskirts. We'll listen to the slow stories that galaxies tell when no one is watching. Stories of birth and gravity, of collisions and creation, of quiet endurance in the dark. Let your mind drift with the current. The Milky Way is wide, but tonight, it will feel like home. The galaxy has lived many lives. Over billions of years, it has gathered pieces of smaller galaxies, catching them in its gravity, unraveling them, and blending their stars into its growing disk. These swallowed companions leave faint trails of light called stellar streams, wrapping around the sky like soft ribbons of memory. Even now, one such galaxy, the Sagittarius dwarf, is being pulled apart, its stars stretching into a ghostly arc that circles our own. Each one moves quietly, like a slow breath exhaled by the cosmos. Nothing here rushes. Every collision takes hundreds of millions of years, so slow that the universe itself can fall asleep while it happens. Among these drifting remnants are stars older than the Milky Way itself. They were born before our galaxy was finished forming, when the universe was young and sparse, filled with only the simplest elements. These ancient halo stars move on tall, slanted paths high above the galactic plane, orbiting slowly, like elder spirits keeping their distance from the crowded disk below. Their light is thin and pure, almost untouched by metals, an echo from an age before spirals, before order. Through them, we see the galaxy's childhood, wild, uneven, full of promise. Our solar system is a small passenger in this great swirl. We travel around the galactic center at more than 200 kilometers every second, fast enough to cross the width of our planet in less than a minute. And yet, it takes about 225 million years to complete a single orbit, a galactic year. Since the sun was born, we've made that journey only about 20 times. When the first dinosaurs walked the Earth, our solar system was in a completely different part of the galaxy. The stars we see now weren't always near, and one day, they'll drift away again. Even as you lie still tonight, the Earth spins, the Moon circles, and the entire solar system glides silently through the Milky Way's slow-turning tide. The galaxy continues to grow. Not in a rush, but with patient appetite. Streams of gas from the intergalactic medium trickle inward. Tiny galaxies fall toward us, dissolve, and blend into the whole. Dark matter, an unseen ocean surrounding everything, feeds the halo that holds it all together. The Milky Way is ancient, yes, but it's still unfinished. Every few million years, new stars are born. Every few billion, new worlds appear. Like a tree that never stops adding rings, the galaxy deepens with time. Dust clouds thread between the stars, hiding the brightest nurseries of creation. Through visible eyes, they look like darkness. But in infrared, they blaze with warmth, places where new suns ignite. These are stellar nurseries, vast clouds of hydrogen and dust where gravity gathers the future together. Each star that has ever existed was born from such a cradle. Even our own sun began as a small spark inside one of these veiled clouds, surrounded by the gas that would one day become Earth, air, oceans, and life. What looks like emptiness is often just the beginning. At the heart of it all lies a mystery. A supermassive black hole, 4 million times the mass of the Sun. We call it Sagittarius A star. It hides at the very center, invisible to our eyes. But its pull is written in the way nearby stars race around it. Sometimes gas and dust spiral inward, heating up, glowing briefly in X-rays before falling beyond sight. Long ago, that center may have burned as bright as a quasar, a brilliant beacon at the Milky Way's core. Now it sleeps, a quiet conductor at the heart of a cosmic symphony. All of this, the orbits, the stars, the gentle spin, shouldn't hold together by visible matter alone. The math doesn't work. The outer edges of the galaxy spin too fast. By all logic, they should fly apart. And yet, they don't. That invisible hand is dark matter, an unseen mass that outweighs all the stars, planets, and dust combined. It doesn't glow, doesn't reflect, doesn't touch light at all, only gravity. It's the galaxy's skeleton, the quiet framework that keeps everything from drifting away. We don't know what it is, but we know that without it, the Milky Way would crumble into dust. Stars are born, live, and die. But their deaths are not endings. When a massive star collapses in a supernova, it releases shock waves that sweep through nearby gas clouds, compressing them and starting the cycle again. From destruction comes creation. The debris from those explosions carries heavy elements, iron, carbon, oxygen, across space, enriching new stars and planets. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen in your breath. All were forged in ancient explosions billions of years ago. Every atom in your body was once light from a star. So breathe again. You are made of the same matter that glows in distant constellations. The galaxy turns slowly around you, not indifferent, but immense, calm, and alive. You are not outside of it. You are inside it, a quiet thought in a cosmic mind, a brief shimmer within an endless current of time. As you rest, the Milky Way continues its rhythm, birthing stars, scattering dust, folding darkness into light. And somewhere, far beyond the noise of the day, you drift quietly through it all. If you're still awake, it's perfectly fine. If you're already drifting, you don't have to do anything at all. Just let the sound of the words roll like waves, soft and slow. The galaxy is still turning, patient as breath, and we are gliding quietly through its hidden arms. When you look up at the Milky Way from Earth, you see only a narrow, glowing band stretched across the night. It seems thin, almost fragile. But that faint ribbon is the cross-section of an enormous spiral. One so wide that light itself takes more than 100,000 years to travel from one side to the other. From within, we cannot see its true shape. Dust clouds veil our view, stars overlap like glimmering sand, and the entire structure curves beyond our sight. For decades, astronomers thought the Milky Way had 4 main arms, perfectly spaced like petals. But newer maps hint at something more complex. Arms that fork, fade, and reconnect, spurs that twist between them, and threads of starlight that seem to wander off alone. Our galaxy is less a machine and more a living swirl, a pattern written by motion itself. Our solar system sits in a small side branch called the Orion Spur, tucked between the larger Sagittarius and Perseus arms. Here, the star fields are peaceful. The density is low enough to offer long stretches of calm, far from the crowded chaos near the galactic center. And perhaps that quiet is the reason we are here at all. In this tranquil lane, free from frequent supernovae or strong radiation storms, life had time to take hold. For billions of years, this corner of the galaxy has been gentle. Just enough light, just enough stability, and plenty of time. Every breath you take tonight is part of that long calm, the hush between cosmic storms. The arms of the Milky Way are not solid objects. They are density waves, slow-moving regions where stars and gas bunch together as they orbit. Think of them as traffic jams of starlight. Stars move in and out of them over time, while the wave itself continues onward, wrapping around the galaxy. As clouds of gas enter an arm, they are compressed and new stars ignite. When they leave, those stars drift into the open spaces between arms, still glowing long after their birthplace has passed. In this way, the Milky Way sustains its own light, stars born, moving, fading, and reborn again in endless sequence. Every bright patch in the night sky is a moment caught in that slow, luminous dance. The Milky Way's spiral is warped like a wave frozen in motion. If you could step far outside and look down, you'd see that the disk bends upward on one side and downward on the other, curving like a vast cosmic smile. Astronomers believe this distortion may be caused by passing dwarf galaxies tugging on the edges or by unseen clumps of dark matter beneath the disk. Whatever the cause, the warp moves through time, rotating slowly as the galaxy turns. Even the stars themselves seem to rise and fall with it, oscillating above and below the galactic plane. Our own sun drifts along this gentle motion, up for tens of millions of years, then down again, as if rocked in the cradle of gravity. The galaxy is not a still picture. It breathes, it flexes, and in its quiet undulations lies a kind of comfort. Above and below the spiral lies the galactic halo, a vast, almost invisible sphere of old stars and dark matter surrounding everything we know. It stretches far beyond the reach of our eyes, holding together globular clusters, dense, ancient knots of hundreds of thousands of stars. Each cluster is a miniature galaxy in itself, a glowing sphere that has survived for over 12 billion years. They move slowly, circling the Milky Way like lanterns at the edge of a great lake. Many of these clusters formed long before the galaxy's spiral arms even existed. Their stars are pale and old, poor in metals, their light a whisper from the earliest times. When you picture the Milky Way, imagine these golden orbs hovering in the darkness, watching over the restless disk below. They are the galaxy's memory, its archive of time. Within the disk, stars move at different speeds. Those closer to the center race ahead, those farther out drift more slowly. And yet, the difference is not as steep as Newton once predicted. The outer stars spin almost as fast as the inner ones, a mystery that hinted at the existence of dark matter. Without that unseen mass, the galaxy should have flung itself apart long ago. But it didn't. Dark matter holds everything in place, like the invisible frame of a painting too large for us to step back and see. It doesn't shine, it doesn't scatter light, but its gravity binds the whole structure together. When you feel the quiet pull of rest, you are, in some small way, feeling that same invisible order, the calm beneath motion. Between the stars drifts the interstellar medium, a mixture of gas and dust so thin that you could travel millions of kilometers before meeting a single grain. Yet across such emptiness, beauty forms. Within cold, dense regions of this gas, gravity begins to gather material, forming dark molecular clouds. They appear to us as black gaps against the bright background of the Milky Way, as if someone has erased stars from the sky. But inside those gaps, New suns are waiting to be born. Hydrogen collapses, compresses, and ignites. The cloud glows softly in infrared light, invisible to the eye but radiant to those who can listen in other wavelengths. The galaxy hides its miracles well, tucking them inside shadows. From time to time, the peace is broken by a supernova, the final cry of a dying star. For a brief moment, it can outshine the entire galaxy, releasing energy and heavy elements into space. The explosion ripples outward, stirring the gas, triggering the next generation of stars. Like storms that clear the air, supernovae shape the balance between creation and calm. They may sound violent, but they are acts of renewal. If you could hear them, they would not be explosions. They would be waves, deep and slow, rumbling softly through the sea of space. The Milky Way is not symmetrical. One side of the disk is slightly thicker than the other. One arm may curl tighter or shine brighter. Some of this unevenness comes from the galaxy's long history of mergers, moments when smaller galaxies were pulled in and absorbed. The stars of those swallowed systems now move on tilted orbits, looping high and low, tracing invisible bridges between past and present. In the rhythm of their motion, astronomers read the galaxy's biography. Even in its imperfections, the Milky Way carries grace. Each asymmetry is a scar, and each scar is a story. Underneath all this light and motion lies something quieter still, a constant rain of particles. Cosmic rays stream through space, born from ancient explosions. They pass through you, through walls, through the Earth itself, mostly unnoticed. Their presence is a whisper of distant energy, proof that even the calmest places are alive with unseen motion. In the same way, the body at rest is not truly still. The heart moves, the breath flows, cells divide and mend. Stillness, in the cosmic sense, is simply balance, a peace sustained by motion too gentle to feel. If you could step outside the Milky Way and look back, you'd see a soft spiral glowing in pale gold and silver blue. Two great arms curling outward, a bar crossing the center, and faint trails of stars stretching beyond the edges. In that sight, Earth would be invisible, a dust mote in a sunbeam. But inside it, the view is intimate and immediate. A sky strewn with lights close enough to know by name. To live here is to live within the glow, to see only a fraction of the whole, and still be surrounded by wonder. As the night deepens, let your breath match the slow rotation of the galaxy, in and out. Each inhale gathers the universe a little closer. Each exhale lets it drift away again. Somewhere in the dark, stars are forming. Others are fading. And we, for this moment, are perfectly placed between them, alive in the middle of a vast, luminous heartbeat. The Milky Way turns, and we turn with it. If your eyes are already half closed, let them rest. You don't need to follow every word. The story will keep flowing, soft and steady, like a tide that carries you without effort. If you are awake, let the sound of the voice be a kind of gentle gravity, pulling you inward, closer to the heart of the Milky Way. Every spiral has a center, a place where the light thickens and motion quickens. Ours lies in the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, about 26,000 light years away. From Earth, we cannot see it directly. Clouds of dust veil the core, scattering visible light, hiding billions of stars behind a smoky curtain. But in infrared and radio waves, the darkness opens. There, astronomers see clusters so dense that stars seem almost to touch, swirling around an invisible point. That unseen point is Sagittarius A star, the supermassive black hole at the heart of our galaxy. 4 million times the mass of the Sun, yet smaller than Mercury's orbit. We cannot see its body, but we can watch its influence. Nearby stars race in tight, looping paths, completing an orbit in just a few years. It is the galaxy's silent conductor, keeping time without a sound. Most nights, Sagittarius A star sleeps. Gas and dust drift near it, glow faintly and fall away again. But sometimes, something gets too close. When that happens, the material spirals inward, heating to millions of degrees and shining in X-rays before disappearing beyond at the event horizon. The black hole flares for a moment, like a breath drawn sharply in the dark, then quiets again. Long ago, it may have burned like a quasar, so bright that the entire Milky Way glowed from within. Now, it is calm, content to hold the galaxy's center in its grasp, a steady pulse beneath the stars. Surrounding the black hole is the central bulge, a thick, golden mass of ancient stars. From a distance, it doesn't form a perfect sphere. Instead, it swells into a gentle peanut shape, narrow at the ends and rounded at the middle. This unusual form arises from the galactic bar, a long bridge of stars stretching through the core, rotating slowly. As it turns, gravity folds the bar upward and downward, shaping the bulge like an hourglass of light. These motions are patient beyond measure. The bar completes one rotation every 100 million years, stirring gas toward the center, feeding the black hole, and sculpting the spiral arms that unfold outward. It is not just a structure, it is a rhythm, the heartbeat of a living galaxy. Within the bulge, the stars are old. They burn with warm, steady light, their fuel half spent, their colors amber and red. Some may have shone since the earliest days of the Milky Way, their cores packed with elements forged by generations before them. To wander here, even in imagination, is to move through history. Each glowing sphere is a memory, a note in the long song of creation. The air, or what passes for it, is thick with starlight and fine dust. If you could stand there, you would see the sky ablaze in every direction, the darkness between stars almost gone. And yet, amid that brilliance, you might feel peace, a stillness that comes when everything shines at once. Above and below the core float the Fermi bubbles, two ghostly lobes of gamma-ray light rising tens of thousands of light years into the halo. They are faint to human eyes, but in high-energy vision, they bloom like enormous lanterns glowing over the galactic center. No one knows for certain how they formed. Some believe they are the scars of a powerful outburst from Sagittarius A star long ago. Others think they mark the remnants of fierce star formation near the core. Whatever their origin, they stand as monuments to a time when the heart of the Milky Way was louder, when energy poured outward like wind through canyon walls. Now they hover quietly, shimmering at the edge of perception, reminders that even silence has a history. Closer to us, the inner spiral arms trace elegant curves of blue and white. There, gas clouds compress into new suns. Young, hot stars light up their birthplaces, illuminating dust into glowing filaments. Each region is a stellar nursery, chaotic yet gentle, where gravity and radiation perform a slow duet. The ultraviolet glow from newborn stars sweeps through their surroundings, carving tunnels and walls within the gas. Over millions of years, these regions fade. The young stars wander outward. The arm continues its rotation. Creation here is continuous, but never hurried, like waves forming and breaking against an eternal shore. Among the star fields drift globular clusters, each a self-contained globe of thousands of suns. They orbit the galactic center in long, looping arcs that rise far above the disk and dive back down again. Some have survived since the universe was new. Their cores are crowded, so crowded that stars can collide or merge, creating rare blue stragglers that seem younger than the rest. In these clusters, the night would never truly fall. Wherever you turned, the sky would glow like molten gold. They are fossils of the early galaxy, still shining after 12 billion years, still circling the heart that first drew them in. As you listen, notice how your breath mirrors these motions. Each inhale gathers you inward, each exhale releases you outward. The Milky Way breathes on a timescale too large to measure, but the rhythm is the same. Gas flows into the center, is heated, lifted, and slowly expelled into the halo. Over millions of years, it cools, falls back, and begins the cycle again. Astronomers call it the galactic fountain, a cosmic respiration connecting core and sky. You can feel a version of it in your own body. The steady rise and fall, the quiet exchange that sustains you. In the deepest parts of the core, radio waves ripple from tangled magnetic fields. The Milky Way's magnetism is faint but far-reaching, threading through the disk and into the halo. It guides the motion of charged particles, shapes the flow of cosmic dust, and aligns the fibers of interstellar clouds. If you could see it, the galaxy would look like a glowing fabric woven from invisible threads. Dust grains spin along these lines, polarizing light, adding a subtle texture to the glow we see from Earth. Even in the silence of the void, there is a hidden order, a pattern that holds everything together. The center of rotation spins faster than the outskirts. Stars near Sagittarius A star complete their orbits in mere millions of years, while those near the edges take hundreds of millions. This difference stretches the spiral arms into long, trailing curves, like cream stirred into coffee. The galaxy turns as a single great wheel, but its rim lags behind its hub. From afar, this creates the graceful spiral we see. From within, it feels like drifting in a slow-moving river, where each current has its own speed, its own story. And we, in our small solar system, are one droplet carried along, moving through a pattern too wide to feel, yet too beautiful to ignore. Darkness here is not emptiness. Between the bright clusters and blazing arms, dust clouds absorb light, cooling into vast molecular complexes hundreds of light years across. These regions are cold, just a few degrees above absolute zero, and silent but for the faint hum of molecules colliding. Within them, atoms bond into water, carbon monoxide, and other simple compounds. When radiation from nearby stars touches their edges, the clouds shimmer in infrared like silk under candlelight. This is the raw material of life, drifting quietly through the galaxy's veins. From Earth, the galactic center glows as a hazy patch above the southern horizon. To the naked eye, it seems calm, almost static. But every point of light there is in motion, and every silence hums with energy too deep for hearing. It's easy to forget that we are part of it, that the same gravity that shapes those distant suns also shapes the curve of your own body as you lie here, breathing. The boundary between self and cosmos is thinner than it seems. You are made from the same matter, following the same laws, dancing to the same unseen rhythm. So rest a little deeper now. The galaxy has its center, you have yours. Both are places of stillness surrounded by motion. Both are sustained by invisible forces, gravity for the stars, breath for the body, time for the soul. Somewhere, far away, Sagittarius A star turns in silence, holding billions of suns in its slow embrace. Here, tonight, you are turning too, gently, within a smaller orbit of thought and dream. and the distance between them is not so great after all. If you're just joining us, or if you drifted off and woke up again, that's perfectly fine. You haven't missed anything that can't be felt. Each chapter of this quiet journey connects like stars in a constellation. Independent points, but part of one endless line. So let's take another slow breath together. In and out. The galaxy continues its turn, and tonight we'll follow its memory, the traces of what came before. The Milky Way, for all its beauty, is a collection of memories in motion. Every star, every cluster, every cloud of dust carries the story of where it came from and what it has seen. When astronomers look up, they are not simply seeing space. They are reading a history book written in light. Each atom of iron, each glimmer of calcium, each faint spark of hydrogen is a word in that vast autobiography. Some chapters are bright and familiar, others are torn and scattered, rewritten through collision and time. The galaxy is both author and archive, a record of itself, preserved in motion. Long ago, the Milky Way was not alone. It was surrounded by smaller galaxies, soft and diffuse, drifting through the dark. Over billions of years, it absorbed many of them, pulling them close, tearing them apart, and mixing their stars into its own. These ancient mergers left behind faint stellar streams, thin ribbons of light that loop and curve around the sky like threads of silk. Each one is the remnant of a swallowed world, a ghost of a galaxy that no longer exists except in the paths of its stars. They move together, quietly, hundreds of light years apart, tracing arcs so vast that only careful maps can reveal their unity. Our galaxy has devoured dozens of such companions. Their bones still shimmer beautifully in the dark. One of the most dramatic of these events was the Gaia-Enceladus merger, a cosmic collision that happened nearly 10 billion years ago. When that smaller galaxy was absorbed, its stars were thrown into new orbits, and the Milky Way's own structure began to change. Some of those foreign stars now reside in our halo, moving in reverse, retrograde motion, opposite to the rest of the galaxy. They are, in a way, the Milky Way's oldest souvenirs. Even though the galaxy has long since digested its companion, you can still trace the rhythm of that ancient impact in the way some stars wander against the flow. The memory of collision is written not in scars, but in motion. The halo of the Milky Way is full of these reminders. It's a vast, nearly invisible sphere that surrounds the disk and bulge, populated by solitary old stars and scattered globular clusters. Each one is a relic, a remnant of the early universe. The stars there are metal poor, meaning they formed before heavy elements were common. They burn steadily, dimly, in great empty stretches of space. The halo is quiet, but it holds secrets. Arcs of stars that once belonged to other galaxies, streams that twist and loop in ways no single spiral could create. It is the galaxy's memory field, a cloud of ancient travelers keeping vigil over the younger, brighter generations below. Inside the disk, the stars also remember, but they remember through chemistry. Every star carries within its spectrum a unique chemical fingerprint, a pattern of lines that reveals the proportions of the elements it was born with. By studying those lines, astronomers can trace families of stars, grouping them by origin. Two stars born in the same cloud share the same signature, even if they drifted light years apart. By reading these fingerprints, scientists reconstruct the Milky Way's genealogy, where it gathered new gas, where it merged with others, where it paused to rest. It's a kind of stellar ancestry test, written not in DNA, but in starlight. There are entire rivers of stars that once were galaxies of their own. The Sagittarius stream winds like a silver ribbon across the heavens, wrapping around the Milky Way in a graceful arc. It is the remnant of the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy, now stretched and thinned by gravity, its stars scattered across a span of hundreds of thousands of light years. Elsewhere, the Helmy stream, the Orphan stream, and many more trace faint ghostly paths. Some dive toward the galactic core. Others loop through the outer halo before fading into darkness. Each one is a fragment of history moving quietly, endlessly through the night. Even the Milky Way's shape tells a story of disturbance. It is not a perfect disk, but a warped and rippling sheet, bent by interactions with invisible forces. Astronomers think the gravitational pull of nearby dwarf galaxies, like the large and small Magellanic Clouds, tugs gently on the Milky Way's edges. These two companions may be newcomers, caught in our gravity for the first time. Their approach stirs the outer arms, like pebbles dropped into still water, sending waves of motion inward. The very curve of our galaxy's disk may be their signature, a small reminder that nothing in the cosmos remains untouched for long. Gas, too, carries memory. Streams of hydrogen stretch between galaxies, faint bridges connecting distant worlds. The Magellanic Stream, a ribbon of gas trailing behind our satellite galaxies, drifts for hundreds of thousands of light years across the southern sky. Invisible to the eye but radiant in radio waves, it flows like a scar of motion and loss. One day, its gas may fall into the Milky Way, fueling new generations of stars. The galaxy consumes, but it also recycles. Even what is torn away finds its way back. Deep in the halo, some stars wander in polar orbits, circling the galaxy at steep angles. They move not along the flat plane of the spiral, but above and below it, like birds flying across layers of wind. These orbits hint at how the Milky Way grew, not through steady expansion, but through random, graceful accidents. Each tilted path is a fossil of some long-lost encounter, a hint of when and how another galaxy was folded into ours. If you could trace them all at once, the sky would bloom into a tangled web of light, showing the roots by which the Milky Way became itself. In the outermost reaches, where the galaxy fades into intergalactic darkness, giant shells of gas mark places where ancient starbursts once raged. Clusters of massive stars formed together, lived briefly, and exploded in near unison. Their combined winds and supernovae carved out enormous bubbles, hundreds of light years wide, leaving behind hollow cavities in the interstellar medium. Over eons, these shells slowed and cooled, but they never vanished. They linger like echoes, faint outlines of past fireworks. Even in silence, the galaxy keeps its ghosts. There are stars that should not exist, hypermetal-poor stars, so old that they contain barely a trace of the heavy elements forged by earlier generations. They are relics from a time when the universe had only hydrogen and helium, with just the first hints of carbon and oxygen. To find one is to find a survivor of creation's dawn, a flicker left over from the age before galaxies. They shine quietly, holding the chemistry of the first light. They are fossils of the universe itself, older than the Milky Way, older than the spiral that now holds them. Even the stars that seem most ordinary, those that fill our sky every night, are part of a grand migration. Many wander far from where they were born. Gravity and time nudge them from their cradles, sending them drifting across the disk. Some move inward, toward the bright, crowded regions. Others drift outward to the calm edges. Over millions of years, the stars mix like currents in a slow cosmic ocean. The Milky Way is not static. It is a circulation of light, a vast exchange where nothing stays still for long. In this constant motion, the galaxy finds balance. The old gives way to the new. The consumed becomes the creator. It is not a cycle of loss, but of continuity. The same matter that once blazed in ancient stars now glows in our own sun, and one day will burn again elsewhere. Even the atoms that make up your body are travelers from that cycle, shaped by the galaxy's long patience. You are part of the Milky Way's memory too, an echo of its light, a keeper of its time. So breathe slowly. Let the weight of history feel light. The galaxy is vast, but it moves gently. It remembers, but never clings. As you exhale, imagine those stellar streams drifting across the sky, threads of light weaving backward through time. They are the soft handwriting of creation, and you are reading them now, line by line, with your heartbeat as the rhythm. The stars that came before you are still here, not lost, only rearranged. And somewhere, beyond the quiet walls of night, the Milky Way continues to remember itself, one orbit at a time. Maybe you've been here from the beginning, floating gently through each chapter of this journey. Or maybe you just woke up, blinking into the soft sound of the night. Either way, it's all right. Every return is a continuation. The Milky Way has been flowing for billions of years. It doesn't mind where you begin. So take a slow breath, in and out. Tonight, we'll drift among the stellar winds, the breath of stars that shapes the galaxy itself. Every star breathes, even the quiet ones. Through winds of charged particles, they exhale themselves into space. The strongest among them, blue giants, massive and hot, pour out torrents of radiation that push matter away for light years. The gentler ones, like our sun, whisper in comparison, releasing a steady stream known as the solar wind. Invisible and constant, it spreads through the solar system, carrying the sun's magnetic field outward like ripples on a pond. At the farthest edge, where this wind meets the thin gas between the stars, the boundary swells and bends. That border, called the heliopause, marks where our star's influence fades and the galaxy's begins. And beyond it, countless other winds overlap, forming a quiet storm that never ends. In the great ocean of the Milky Way, these stellar winds carve the shape of everything. When stars are young, their fierce outflows blow cavities into their birth clouds, hollowing out dark nebulae and leaving behind glowing shells of gas. When they grow old, red giants shed their outer layers in shimmering waves, sending dust and carbon-rich molecules back into the interstellar sea. And when massive stars die as supernovae, they scatter their cores across the galaxy, iron, calcium, and gold, sailing outward in waves of radiation. In this way, the galaxy breathes in and out through its stars, an endless exchange of matter and energy. Each exhale feeds the next inhale. Every wind, every flare, every explosion becomes part of something larger, something still forming. Imagine drifting through one of those clouds. It would not be empty. Tiny particles of carbon, silicate, and ice would surround you, suspended in the darkness, reflecting faint light like dust caught in a sunbeam. Some grains would carry complex organic molecules, simple sugars, alcohols, and carbon chains, built in the atmospheres of dying stars. These are the seeds of chemistry, drifting silently through the galaxy. They settle into new star-forming clouds, join newborn solar systems, and someday fall upon planets as comets and rain. In their slow journey, they connect generations of stars and worlds. It's possible that the ingredients for life on Earth began this way, carried across light years by the gentle wind of a long-forgotten sun. Far above the galactic disk, the winds rise like smoke. When clusters of massive stars form together, their combined outflows collide, heating the gas until it glows in X-rays. The pressure grows until it bursts through the disk, venting upward in long columns called galactic chimneys. Through these chimneys, the Milky Way releases heat, dust, and heavy elements into the halo. There, the material cools, drifts, and eventually falls back down in soft, invisible rain. This is the galactic fountain, a slow cycle of exhalation and return. You can almost hear it if you imagine closely. A deep, steady rhythm, the sigh of a galaxy breathing through its stars. Between the stars, the winds sculpt bubbles, vast, empty cavities surrounded by thin walls of gas. Our own sun floats inside one of them, a region called the local bubble, about 1,000 light-years wide. Long ago, nearby supernovae swept this space clean, filling it with hot, diffuse plasma. Even now, that ancient echo surrounds us. When you look up at the night sky, the stars you see are shining through the faint edge of this bubble, through layers of interstellar dust shaped by winds that blew before humanity existed. The galaxy's past is not behind us. It is all around, folded into the airless space between stars. Not every wind comes from the living. When stars die, they leave behind remnants that continue to shape the galaxy long after their light fades. White dwarfs, the cooling cores of old suns, shed soft shells of gas that drift outward in glowing rings, planetary nebulae. Neutron stars spin rapidly, sending out beams of radiation like lighthouses. And even black holes contribute, flinging jets of plasma that pierce the surrounding space for thousands of light years. Each of these acts, quiet, violent, or subtle, adds a brushstroke to the Milky Way's portrait. Destruction and creation are not opposites here. They are the same motion, seen from two sides. If you could look through the galaxy in ultraviolet light, it would shimmer like mist caught in sunrise. The arms would glow faintly blue where young stars blow their winds into the gas, and the halo would be traced with faint filaments of energy. These filaments, made of charged particles and magnetic fields, connect regions thousands of light years apart. They are invisible to our eyes, but radio telescopes can sense them. A network of lines and curls, like threads in a woven fabric. The galaxy's light is only the surface. Beneath it lies a deeper texture, a map of unseen motion. Our own sun is quiet compared to the giants, but its wind is constant, eternal on a human scale. It protects the planets from harsh cosmic rays, wraps Earth in a magnetic cocoon, and shapes the delicate tails of comets. Sometimes it flares, an eruption on the sun's surface, hurling charged particles outward. When those particles strike Earth's magnetic field, they create auroras, curtains of color that ripple across polar skies. That glow is not just an atmospheric trick. It's our direct connection to the stellar winds. Each shimmer of green and violet light is a message from the sun, written in particles, spelling out that we are not separate from the cosmos, but made from its ongoing motion. The Milky Way's winds carry not only particles, but stories of heat and time. When you close your eyes, imagine drifting through one of those vast corridors between stars. The temperature there might be a few degrees above absolute zero, the pressure nearly non-existent. And yet the air, or what little exists of it, moves. Slowly, silently, over millions of years, the gas flows, carrying elements from one region to another. Somewhere, far away, a dying star exhales. Elsewhere, a young star breathes in, forming from that same gas. What leaves one light dies into another. In the scale of galaxies, even breath is shared. There are places where the winds tangle and meet, forming shock fronts that compress gas into glowing filaments. These thin, luminous arcs drift through the arms of the Milky Way like the remnants of a gentle storm. Some are bright enough to photograph, like the Cygnus Loop, a vast ring of supernova debris glowing with reds and blues. Others are invisible to human eyes, but sing softly in radio waves. They remind us that space is not empty. It is alive with echoes, humming at frequencies we cannot hear. And through all this, gravity keeps its calm hand on the wheel. While winds push and pull, while magnetic fields twist and flare, gravity gathers it all back into balance. Gas that escapes today will one day fall again. Dust that drifts outward will settle into new clouds. Nothing is lost. The Milky Way's great current moves in endless circulation, and we are carried along with it. Our atoms, yours, mine, every living thing, will join that cycle again someday, folded into the slow breathing of the stars. So if you find yourself growing heavier now, that's good. Let gravity do what it does best. Let your body sink into the bed as if it were settling into a quiet orbit. The galaxy breathes through winds and waves. You breathe through air and thought. Both are movements of the same song. Somewhere above, a star is dying. Somewhere else, a new one is taking its first breath. And between them, like the space between heartbeats, lies the stillness where you rest. If you're still with me, that's wonderful. And if you drifted away for a while and woke up to find this gentle hum still playing, that's perfect too. The galaxy has been whispering for billions of years. It can wait for you. All you need to do is breathe, in and out. Tonight, we'll drift away from the crowded spiral arms and rise into the quiet vastness above. The halo of the Milky Way, where stars grow rare, the air grows thin, and darkness becomes something beautiful. The halo is a ghostly sphere that surrounds our galaxy, extending far beyond the shining disk. If the Milky Way's spiral arms are its body, then the halo is its soul, an invisible glow made of ancient stars, thin gas, and the strange substance we call dark matter. From the Earth, we cannot see it directly, but its gravity reveals its presence. Stars that should move slowly instead glide with unexpected speed, as though carried by invisible hands. This unseen weight holds the galaxy together, binding the bright spiral within a much larger, hidden frame. The halo is not silent. It hums softly in the language of gravity. It's hard to imagine what the halo truly looks like. From far enough away, the Milky Way's disk would appear as a thin, glowing ribbon across the center of a much larger sphere of faint light. Inside that sphere drift globular clusters, ancient, tightly packed families of stars, each one older than almost anything we know. They orbit the galactic center like slow-moving lanterns, taking hundreds of millions of years to complete a single circuit. Their light is soft and golden, their centers dense beyond. Imagining, if you stood on a planet within one, the night sky would never turn dark. There would be no space between stars, only an endless shimmer of silver fire. To look at a globular cluster is to look backward in time, into an era when the galaxy was still forming. The gas of the halo is thin, almost non-existent, but not entirely gone. It glows faintly in X-rays, warmed by ancient supernovae and the slow breathing of the galaxy's core. This hot, diffuse gas forms a vast cocoon around the Milky Way, stretching for hundreds of thousands of light years. In it drift the ashes of past generations, metals from old stars, dust from vanished worlds, and atoms that have traveled across entire eons. Some of that gas will eventually cool and fall back toward the disk, fueling new star formation. Some will drift forever, suspended in the quiet between galaxies. Even in the emptiest space, nothing is ever completely gone. Dark matter lives here too, silent and unseen. It doesn't shine, reflect, or absorb light. It passes through everything, even you, without a sound. And yet, it outweighs all the visible stars, planets, and gas combined. We don't know what it is. It could be made of unknown particles, relics from the earliest moments after the Big Bang. Or it could be something stranger still, a property of space itself, a whisper of geometry hidden within reality's fabric. Whatever it is, it acts as the scaffolding of the galaxy, giving it shape, keeping the outer stars from flying away. Without it, the Milky Way would fall apart. With it, the galaxy spins like a wheel held by invisible spokes. High above the galactic plane, astronomers have found stars moving in ways that defy expectation. Some travel on polar orbits, circling perpendicular to the disk, like satellites looping over a planet's poles. Others follow long, stretched ellipses that take them thousands of light years above and below the spiral arms before returning again. These paths trace the faint geometry of the halo, three-dimensional maps drawn in starlight. By studying their motion, scientists can infer where dark matter gathers most densely, even though they can never see it directly. It is cartography without light, a way of mapping the unseen. The halo is also home to rogue stars, wanderers flung outward from the galaxy's crowded heart. Sometimes, when two stars orbit close to the central black hole, one is captured while the other is hurled away at breathtaking speed. These hypervelocity stars race through the halo at millions of kilometers per hour, fast enough to escape the Milky Way entirely. They travel alone, their light stretching into the ultraviolet, their journeys endless. If you could watch one pass, it would look like a single spark crossing the darkness, bright for a moment, then fading forever into intergalactic night. Even here, solitude can be luminous. Farther out still, the halo begins to blend into the intergalactic medium, the space between galaxies. Here, dark matter filaments from the cosmic web thread through the void, connecting the Milky Way to its neighbors. They are invisible, but real. Lines of gravity along which galaxies form and move. Like rivers converging in a delta, these filaments feed our galaxy with gas, dust, and energy. The Milky Way is not an island. It is part of a much larger network, a quiet collaboration of light and shadow stretching across the universe. Even in its solitude, the galaxy is never truly alone. Closer to home, within the halo's inner regions, faint streams of stars trace the remnants of smaller galaxies consumed long ago. Some are easy to spot. Others exist only as statistical patterns in vast data sets from observatories like Gaia. These stellar trails curve gracefully through space, wrapping around the Milky Way like faded ribbons of silk. They are the fossils of cosmic meals, each one preserving a memory of a time when two galaxies met, touched, and merged into one. In their slow dance, the story of the Milky Way's growth is written in motion rather than in light. Beyond the streams lie the satellite galaxies, tiny companions orbiting our own. The large and small Magellanic Clouds, visible from the southern hemisphere, are the brightest of these. Each one contains billions of stars and is itself wrapped in trails of gas torn loose by the Milky Way's pull. They are not static moons, but restless travelers, spiraling toward us, bending the outer disk as they come. Their passage creates waves that ripple through the Milky Way's structure, gentle distortions that rise and fall over millions of years. The galaxy bends, flexes, and remembers each encounter like a ripple frozen in slow motion. Out here in the halo, the density of stars drops sharply. You could travel light years between one and the next. But what remains is not emptiness. It's equilibrium. The dark matter, the old stars, the hot gas, they balance each other perfectly, keeping the galaxy stable across cosmic time. It's as though the Milky Way has built itself a cushion of quiet around its busy center, a soft edge between presence and absence. In that borderland, gravity is gentle, light is rare, and time stretches wide. When astronomers point their instruments outward, past the last bright stars, they find the faint glow of the cosmic background, the residual light of the Big Bang. It's a reminder that even the halo, vast as it seems, is still just a small bubble within a much greater whole. Beyond the Milky Way's shadow, the universe continues without end. Galaxies cluster, drift apart, and dissolve. And yet here, in this one quiet spiral, we find enough vastness to last a lifetime of dreams. As you listen, imagine yourself rising above the disk. Below you, the spiral arms unfurl like ribbons of light. Above, the stars thin into dust. You are floating in the halo now, weightless, unbound, surrounded by the invisible. The darkness here is not threatening, it is tender. Every particle, every photon, every breeze of radiation moves softly, in no hurry at all. This is the outer breath of the galaxy, where silence becomes a kind of light. Now take one more slow breath. Feel how the stillness around you matches the stillness within you. The same gravity that holds the stars in orbit holds you to the Earth. The same space that stretches between galaxies stretches gently between your thoughts. You are not separate from this darkness. You are made of it. And like the halo, you glow faintly in the presence of something unseen, your own quiet energy, steady and kind. If you're still awake, that's all right. And if you've been drifting in and out of dreams while the galaxy kept turning, well, that's all right too. The Milky Way doesn't rush. It keeps its rhythm through billions of years, waiting patiently for everything to unfold. Tonight, we'll drift through time itself, gliding into what lies ahead, the future of the galaxy, and the quiet beauty of its cosmic collisions. Galaxies, like stars and planets, are travelers. They move through the universe, pulled by invisible threads of gravity, drawn toward one another over unimaginable distances. Our Milky Way is not standing still. It sails through space at nearly 2 million kilometers per hour. And though that sounds fast, the distances between galaxies are so vast that motion here feels like stillness. Yet, far away, another great spiral is moving too, slowly, steadily, toward us. It is Andromeda, our nearest large neighbor, and it is coming home. When you look toward Andromeda on a clear night, you can see it without a telescope. A faint, misty oval hanging in the constellation of the same name, about 2.5 million light-years away. That light began its journey when early humans first shaped stone into tools. And while the galaxy looks peaceful, it's moving toward us at over 100 kilometers per second. In about 4.5 billion years, the two great spirals, Milky Way and Andromeda, will meet. Not with a crash, but with a slow, swirling embrace. It's easy to imagine a collision of galaxies as violent, but space is mostly empty. Stars are separated by such vast distances that when two galaxies merge, their stars rarely touch. Instead, gravity stretches their shapes, bending their arms into long tidal tails that ripple like silk in water. Stars shift, orbits change, and new paths are drawn. Gas clouds collide, compressing and igniting into new waves of star formation. Fresh light blooming from ancient chaos. In this grand dance, destruction and creation happen together, softly, like waves erasing and rewriting patterns in sand. Our sun will still exist when the first encounter begins. By then, it will be nearing the end of its life, swelling gently toward a red giant. The night sky will change in breathtaking ways. At first, Andromeda will appear as a larger smudge, brighter each century. Then, over millions of years, its spiral arms will grow visible, stretching across the heavens until they fill the sky. Eventually, the two galaxies will intertwine, and for a while, the sky will blaze with billions of new stars. It will not be frightening, just beautiful beyond measure. Even as the world below changes, the heavens will offer one last show of radiance before settling into peace again. After the merger, the Milky Way and Andromeda will no longer be separate spirals. They will fuse into a single, massive, elliptical galaxy. Astronomers call it Milky Way, or sometimes simply the future galaxy. The swirling arms will smooth out, the bright bar at the center will fade. Many of the smaller satellite galaxies will join the union, orbiting the new giant like distant memories. Over billions of years, the merged stars will settle into new orbits, glowing softly in the quiet aftermath of creation. The galaxy will have changed its face, but not its essence. It will still be a cradle of light, a place where gravity and time weave their endless story. During that distant epoch, black holes will also merge. At the heart of both the Milky Way and Andromeda lie supermassive black holes, each millions of times the mass of our sun. When the galaxies unite, those two gravitational titans will spiral together, circling one another for eons before finally colliding. When they merge, they will send gravitational waves rippling through space-time, distortions so vast that they'll wash through every corner of the new galaxy. It will be the final heartbeat of the old cosmos, an echo carried on the fabric of space itself. If consciousness exists somewhere then, on some new world orbiting a new star, it may feel that echo as a shiver in the dark. This future isn't a tragedy, it's a transformation. Galaxies are not destroyed by their mergers. They are reborn. Each encounter adds new complexity, new light, and new balance. In this way, the Milky Way itself is already the product of countless unions, an accumulation of smaller galaxies that merged long ago. The coming dance with Andromeda is simply the next verse in a cosmic song that never ends. Every collision deepens the harmony, widening the cord that binds the universe together. As the galaxies fuse, star formation will briefly surge. Gas clouds will crash and compress, giving rise to a storm of new suns. Nebulae will flare into glowing crimson and blue, painting the merged core with colors beyond imagination. For a few billion years, the new galaxy will burn brightly, alive with creation. Then, slowly, the supply of fresh gas will thin. Star birth will fade. The galaxy will settle into middle age, quiet and luminous, like a candle that has found its perfect flame. It will glow that way for trillions of years, slowly dimming but never entirely going dark. Our descendants, if they still exist, may see this from a world far from Earth. The sun, by then, will have swollen and cooled. The Earth will likely be gone. But perhaps humanity, or something evolved from it, will have traveled outward to other stars, other homes. They will look up and see a sky transformed, no longer the familiar band of the Milky Way, but an ocean of light filling every direction. The galaxy will no longer be a ribbon. It will be the whole horizon, a luminous fog where stars seem close enough to touch. It will be the last and greatest dawn of cosmic beauty. Even beyond that, the Milky Way story will continue. The merged Milky Way Galaxy will drift within our local group, joined by smaller neighbors like the Triangulum Galaxy and the Magellanic Clouds. Over unimaginable time, they too may merge, forming an even larger system, an island universe adrift in deepening darkness. Beyond our small cluster, space itself will expand faster and faster, pushing distant galaxies away until their light can no longer reach us. The night sky will empty again, and only the memory of those distant collisions will remain, stored in the stars that survive. Yet in that quiet future, something extraordinary will persist. Continuity. The atoms forged in ancient stars will live on in new ones. The dust from our time will drift through future skies. Even when the galaxies have merged and the universe has grown cold, the matter that once made us will still exist, traveling, orbiting, radiating softly in the dark. There is comfort in that thought. Nothing in the universe truly ends. It only changes shape. If you listen closely now, you can almost feel that rhythm. The long, slow pulse of cosmic time. Every heartbeat of yours is echoed by orbits, by cycles, by gravity's patient choreography. Stars collide, galaxies merge, light fades and reappears, but the pattern remains. It's the same pattern that shaped your body, the same physics that shaped your thoughts. You are part of the dance, not just watching it. Every breath you take belongs to the same story the galaxies tell. So rest here for a while. Imagine the distant sky glowing with rivers of stars, swirling together in slow, silent motion. No sound, no fear, no rush, only light folding into light. Somewhere far in the future, two galaxies meet, and the universe exhales. That exhale is happening now, in your breath, in the rise and fall of your chest. The universe moves, and you move with it. If you're hearing this, maybe you've floated through a dream or two. Maybe the sound of distant stars followed you into sleep and brought you back again. That's all right. The galaxy never stopped turning while you rested. It never does. Tonight, we'll drift through its quiet rivers, the invisible streams of time and light that connect everything we see and everything we are. When you look at the Milky Way, you're not seeing the present. You're seeing light that has been traveling for thousands of years, sometimes millions. Even the soft glow of the nearby stars comes from the past. Each photon is a message from a distant moment, a tiny courier of memory that crosses the dark to find you. When it touches your eyes, it finishes a journey that began long before human history. To look at the sky is to read a story written in light, a story still arriving, even as you listen now. The galaxy does not speak in words. It speaks in the slow language of photons, traveling at the only speed the universe allows. Every color in that light tells a story. The blues come from hot, young stars burning fiercely in their first few million years. The yellows and oranges belong to suns like ours, steady, middle-aged, content. And the deep reds are the voices of the elders, stars near the ends of their long lives. Each wavelength carries a piece of their song, a vibration from a different era. When you gaze at the Milky Way, you are hearing a symphony of ages, the harmonies of birth, maturity, and rest blending into one eternal hum. Between those visible colors lies far more light than we can see. Infrared radiation moves softly through clouds of dust, revealing hidden nurseries where new stars are born. Ultraviolet light glows from young suns too fierce for our eyes to look upon directly. Radio waves ripple through the galactic disk, mapping the gas that fills the spaces between stars. And above all this, Faint X-rays and gamma rays shimmer from ancient supernovae and the dark edges of black holes. We live surrounded by light in every form, though most of it passes through us unseen. Even the darkness of night is full of it, an invisible ocean of frequencies, washing gently through space and through you. The Milky Way is more than a pattern of stars. It is a weaving of motion, streams of starlight and gravity that fold around one another like threads in a cosmic fabric. Each star follows its own orbit, looping through the galaxy's arms, crossing paths with others that it will never meet again. Some drift outward, others inward, their routes determined by the great, invisible hand of dark matter. Over time, these paths twist together into luminous rivers, tracing arcs that shift and shimmer like silk under wind. To see the galaxy from above would be to watch an endless slow-motion current, each stream carrying its own story of time. Some of those streams were born from disrupted galaxies, others from clusters of stars slowly dissolving under the Milky Way's pull. They stretch across the sky as faint, graceful arcs. One of them, the GD1 stream, sweeps like a delicate line across the constellations of Draco and Ursa Major. Another, the Sagittarius stream, wraps fully around the galaxy, the scattered remains of a companion long ago consumed. There are dozens of others, thin, glowing trails of motion. They are the handwriting of gravity, the visible memory of encounters that shaped who we are. Every one of them is a sentence in the Milky Way's long story. The stars in these streams share the same chemical fingerprint, the same ancient signature. When astronomers analyze their light, they find patterns of elements, hydrogen, calcium, iron, that match perfectly, as if the stars were siblings born from the same cradle. Even after billions of years apart, those signatures remain, whispering of their shared origin. It's one of the most moving ideas in astronomy, that even when scattered across the galaxy, things that began together remember each other. Stars keep their history in light, the way we keep ours in memory. Light does not simply travel, it also transforms. As it moves through the galaxy, dust scatters it, gas absorbs it, magnetic fields twist its direction. Some of it is bent by gravity itself, curving gently around massive objects before continuing on its way. A single photon may spend millions of years weaving through this labyrinth, carrying within it the trace of every encounter. When it finally reaches your eyes, that tiny flash contains the imprint of the galaxy's structure, the echoes of clouds, clusters, and cosmic dust. Every moment of light is a summary of everything it has passed through. Sometimes, light doesn't make it at all. It's trapped, caught inside black holes, swallowed by dust, absorbed into atoms that will one day glow again. But even that isn't loss. It's a pause. In the cosmos, energy never dies. It simply changes form. The light that vanishes into a dust cloud may reappear later, warmed and stretched into a softer glow. What seems like disappearance is often just transformation. Even darkness is temporary. It's the space where light is resting. There are other kinds of streams too, not made of stars or light, but of particles and fields. High-energy cosmic rays flow through the Milky Way, crossing the void between stars at nearly the speed of light. They come from ancient supernovae, from the hearts of exploding stars, and from the violent edges of black holes. Each one is an atom traveling alone, a messenger of distant energy. Billions of them pass through your body every second, unseen and harmless, like rain too fine to feel. You are part of their journey now, a brief stop along their infinite flight. At the edge of the galaxy, faint streams of gas fall inward from intergalactic space. They are the veins through which the Milky Way still grows, cold rivers of hydrogen drawn along the filaments of the cosmic web. They feed the outer arms, supplying the material for new stars. Without them, the galaxy would eventually go dark. But they keep coming, slow and quiet, keeping the spiral alive. Every new star that flares into being owes its birth to these invisible threads of nourishment, flowing endlessly from the universe beyond. If you could see all these streams at once, the stars, the gas, the light, the particles, you'd realize that the Milky Way isn't a static picture at all. It's a flowing organism, a living current of energy and matter. Its arms are not arms, they are waves. Its structure is not solid, it's rhythm. And we, resting here on a small blue planet, are part of that same motion. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, is a continuation of those ancient currents, echoing their gentle persistence. Light connects everything. It crosses time, memory, and even death. The photons leaving your skin right now will keep traveling long after you're gone, scattering into the future. Someday, somewhere, they may strike a planet's sky and become part of someone else's night. In that way, everything you are, your warmth, your energy, your story, becomes part of the Milky Way's greater glow. The galaxy is not something outside you, it's something that remembers you. So rest now in that thought. Let it settle like starlight behind your eyes. You are surrounded by rivers of light, all moving quietly toward you and away from you at once. You are part of their motion, part of their story, part of their music. The universe flows through you gently, as if you were another stream of its making. And as you breathe, it breathes too, turning, glowing, and whispering through the endless night. If you're hearing this voice, that means you're still somewhere between waking and dreaming. And that's exactly where you're meant to be. Let the world outside fade for a little while. You are floating now, inside a vast and gentle instrument, the Milky Way, a galaxy that plays its own quiet music. And tonight, we'll listen for that sound. Not through ears, but through imagination. Because even though space seems silent, it is filled with rhythms, vibrations, and hidden harmonies, the invisible symphony of the cosmos. In space, there's no air for sound to travel through. But that doesn't mean there is silence. The universe hums in ways our ears were never built to hear. Magnetic fields ripple. Plasma waves drift through clouds of gas. Radiation pulses in predictable beats. Even gravity itself moves like a low, steady drum. If we could translate those movements into sound, the galaxy would sing. Not in melody, but in waves and resonance, in the rising and falling tones of creation. Every star, every nebula, every atom contributes a note. Together, they form a piece that has been playing for over 13 billion years. The sun has its own rhythm. Its surface ripples with pressure waves, like the surface of a slow, golden sea. Astronomers study these vibrations through a field called helioseismology, listening to the sun's quakes the way geologists listen to tremors beneath the earth. From those tiny oscillations, they learn about the sun's interior, its layers, its currents, its hidden heartbeat. Other stars do this too. And when scientists listen closely, they find that each one has a unique vibration pattern. A star's light flickers subtly as it hums through space. Every flicker is a note, every rhythm a signature. If you could hear them all at once, the Milky Way would sound like a vast orchestra tuning for eternity. There are deeper notes as well, pulsars, the remnants of dead stars spinning hundreds of times per second. Each one sends out beams of radiation that sweep across the galaxy like lighthouse beams. When those beams reach Earth, they arrive as steady pulses, precise as the ticking of a clock. Some pulsars are so consistent that astronomers use them to measure time itself, to test the laws of gravity, and even to detect the faint tremors of gravitational waves passing through the fabric of space. Their rhythm is the metronome of the galaxy, marking moments that last millions of years. The music of the Milky Way isn't constant, it's patient. It's time turned into tone. Beyond that, there are the whispers of cosmic rays, particles that zip through space at nearly the speed of light. They strike atoms in the air, releasing bursts of faint light invisible to human eyes. If we could translate those impacts into sound, they would be like rain falling across the skin of the Earth, soft, steady, eternal. Each drop carries a memory from somewhere distant. A supernova's last breath, a black hole's flare, a collision in a far-off galaxy. Together, they form a kind of background percussion, the quiet static of existence itself. The galaxy also glows in radio waves, long, invisible ripples that slip easily through dust and darkness. To radio telescopes, the Milky Way looks like a vast field of murmurs. Supernova remnants, pulsars, and cold hydrogen clouds all emit their own radio signatures, each at a different frequency. When those signals are translated into sound, the result is something like breathing, a slow, crackling inhale and exhale. The galaxy breathes in static, hums in magnetism, exhales in radio. We live inside a sleeping giant that never truly sleeps. Far above the plane of the galaxy, gravitational waves ripple through space-time, sent out by distant collisions of black holes and neutron stars. They pass through everything, through gas, planets, your body, and this room, stretching and squeezing space by amounts smaller than an atom. They are impossibly gentle, yet unimaginably vast, the lowest notes of the cosmic symphony. We can't hear them, but we can feel their rhythm in the data collected by observatories like LIGO and Virgo, which have captured the faint echoes of these collisions. Each detection is a memory from billions of years ago, the sound of space remembering itself. Even the Earth participates in this grand composition. As it moves through the galaxy, it is bathed in all these invisible harmonies. The planet's magnetic field dances in response to the solar wind. The ionosphere ripples when struck by radiation from the sun. Our atmosphere vibrates faintly under the constant drizzle of cosmic energy. And deep within the planet, molten metal circulates, generating a low-frequency hum that blends with the rhythm of the stars above. We are surrounded by music, though most of it lies outside the range of our senses. The night sky isn't silent. It's simply playing too slowly, too deeply for us to hear. Sometimes, when we record the data from telescopes and shift it into the range of human hearing, the results are hauntingly beautiful. The rings of Saturn produce ghostly tones, rising and falling like breath through glass. Jupiter's magnetosphere hisses and roars like wind across the ocean. The center of the Milky Way, when converted into sound, resonates with a low, metallic hum. These aren't just curiosities. They are real representations of energy, translated into the only language our minds can fully feel. It is the universe singing through mathematics, turned into a lullaby. And then there is light, silent, yet full of rhythm. Photons arrive in waves, each with its own frequency. Those frequencies make color. Those colors make temperature. Those temperatures define everything from the fire of stars to the cool glow of distant dust. If we could hear light, the galaxy would shimmer with an infinite range of tones, from the deep red base of the nebulae to to the high crystalline chime of newborn stars. Everything that shines is part of the same orchestra, and everything that lives, including you, is made from its notes. There's something comforting in knowing that even when we sleep, the universe keeps playing. Stars flare and fade, clouds collide, black holes murmur in gravity's baseline. Planets ring with magnetic vibrations, galaxies whisper in radio, and the cosmic background hums softly beneath it all. We are not apart from this symphony, we are part of its harmony. Our hearts beat in time with it, our breath moves to its rhythm. Every living being is an instrument tuned by the same laws, vibrating quietly in the same key. Now, as you listen, imagine the galaxy not as a picture but as sound. The slow, droning hum of the halo, the bright, flickering notes of the spiral arms, the soft rhythm of gas clouds rising and falling through the galactic fountain. Even the silence between stars carries meaning. It's the pause that gives the music shape. The Milky Way doesn't play a song that repeats. It plays one that evolves endlessly across the ages. Each moment, every sound, is new and ancient at once. If you're tired now, that's good. Let the idea settle. The same physical vibrations that move the stars are at work in you. The blood that moves through your veins, the heartbeat you can feel if you listen, are echoes of the same patterns that ripple through galaxies. You are part of the invisible symphony, made of its chords, shaped by its rhythm. You don't need to understand it. You only need to rest within it. The music will continue, even in your dreams. If you've made it this far, maybe you're still half awake, floating somewhere between thoughts, or maybe you've already drifted off, dreaming beneath a ceiling of soft starlight. Either way, you're exactly where you should be. Because tonight, we're going to visit the nurseries of the Milky Way, the places where stars are born, not with noise or fire, but with quiet gravity, cold clouds, and time, lots and lots of time. Imagine drifting inside a cloud of gas and dust, so vast that light takes years to cross it. It's dark here, darker than any night on Earth, because dust grains block visible light from passing through. This is where stars begin, hidden from sight, waiting in stillness. The air, if we can even call it that, is thousands of times thinner than the best vacuum we can create. And yet, it holds enough material to create hundreds, even thousands, of new suns. This is the interstellar medium, a quiet ocean of hydrogen, helium, and carbon drifting between stars, the raw breath of galaxies. Within these enormous clouds, gravity begins to stir. A slight imbalance, a subtle density fluctuation, one region just a bit heavier than its surroundings. It pulls a little more matter toward itself, which increases its weight, which pulls even more. Slowly, imperceptibly, a collapse begins. The cloud contracts inward, folding and twisting as it shrinks. It cools, it condenses, and in the heart of that gathering darkness, a seed of light forms. A protostar, small, hot, and spinning. At first, it emits no light of its own, only the warmth of its slow compression. But deep inside, atoms are beginning to crowd close enough to touch. Over tens of thousands of years, the protostar grows. It pulls in gas, its rotation speeding up like a figure skater drawing in their arms. A flat disk of dust and gas forms around it, a protoplanetary disk, glowing faintly in infrared. Inside that disk, tiny grains of rock begin to collide and stick together. They are the first hints of future planets, moons, and asteroids. But at the center, something more dramatic is happening. Pressure and heat rise, forcing hydrogen atoms so close that they fuse, forming helium and releasing energy. And in that instant, that silent, invisible ignition, a star is born. The first moments of starlight are not loud or violent. They are gentle. A faint shimmer escapes the dust, spreading softly outward. Over time, the radiation clears the surrounding cloud, carving delicate shapes in the gas, pillars, arches, waves. You've seen these before, perhaps without realizing it. The pillars of creation, captured by the Hubble and James Webb telescopes. Those towers of gold and blue are not solid stone, but enormous clouds of gas being sculpted by newborn stars. Each one stretches for light years, large enough to hold entire solar systems within its arms. They look still, but they are moving, expanding, reshaping, breathing. In places like the Orion Nebula, the process continues endlessly. There, thousands of stars are forming at once, packed together in a luminous cloud only a few dozen light years across. From Earth, we can see it as a faint, glowing patch just below Orion's belt. But if you could float inside, it would be like standing in the middle of a sunrise that never ends. Light would shimmer off dust grains, gas would pulse with color, pinks, blues, violets, all moving in slow, silent waves. This is the galaxy's nursery, where darkness becomes light, where emptiness becomes life. Not all stars are born equal. Some grow massive, tens or even hundreds of times the mass of the sun. They live short, brilliant lives, burning through their fuel in only a few million years. Others are small and dim, red dwarfs, cool and steady, capable of shining for trillions of years. Their faint glow could outlast entire epochs of cosmic history. And between them lies every possible form of star. Yellow suns like ours, blue giants, white-hot younglings, and fading orange elders. The galaxy thrives on diversity. No two stars are ever the same. Each one is a unique solution to the same equation: gravity, pressure, and time. The newborn star doesn't just shine. It changes everything around it. Its light pushes back the surrounding gas, carving bubbles and cavities in the nebula. Winds flow outward at hundreds of kilometers per second, clearing a path through the darkness. What remains is a glittering cluster, a family of stars that will drift apart over millions of years, each going its own way across the Milky Way. Some of them will host planets, and on some of those planets, life might awaken and look back at the stars that birthed it. Every living thing in the galaxy, including you, owes its existence to a place like this. A cloud that once collapsed, breathed, and burned. But star birth is not a perfect process. Most of the gas in a molecular cloud never becomes a star. Much of it is blown away, recycled into new clouds, or heated until it drifts into the halo. The process is inefficient, yet persistent, the galaxy's quiet heartbeat. Even now, somewhere in the Milky Way, a new star is forming. Right now, as you listen, gas is collapsing in silence, gravity is pulling, and somewhere, in the dark, the first light of a new sun has just flickered into being. The Milky Way itself has slowed its star formation compared to its younger years. Billions of years ago, it was wild and full of light, birthing stars in massive bursts that lit up the spiral arms. Now, it glows with a more mature rhythm, calm, steady, reflective. Astronomers estimate that our galaxy forms about 1 or 2 new stars each year. That doesn't sound like much, but over 1 million years, that's 1 million new worlds of possibility. 1 million suns rising in silence. The galaxy never sleeps. It simply breathes slower now. Every atom in your body was forged in a star like this. Hydrogen from the Big Bang became helium in the first suns. Carbon, oxygen, and iron were built in later generations, born in their hearts and scattered when they died. When you breathe, you are using atoms that were once inside stars. When you think, the iron in your blood and the calcium in your bones are whispering stories written in fusion. In a sense, we are not simply made of stardust. We are the stars, remembering themselves. Sometimes, I like to imagine what it must look like from the other side. From within one of those forming stars. Imagine being a photon born in that dense, radiant core, surrounded by trillions of others. It takes thousands of years to fight its way outward, scattering, reflecting, absorbed, and re-emitted countless times. When it finally escapes the surface, it travels for light years, maybe billions of them, until it lands. Perhaps here, on your skin, or on your window, or in your eye. It doesn't know how far it's come, or what it's become part of. It only knows how to move forward, always outward, always shining. Star birth is not the beginning of creation. It's part of an endless cycle. Clouds collapse into stars. Stars burn, die, and scatter their ashes into space. Those ashes form new clouds, which make new stars again. It's a loop that has continued for as long as galaxies have existed. Each generation of stars inherits the elements of the one before, enriching the galaxy with heavier and heavier metals. Without this process, there would be no planets, no oceans, no life. The universe doesn't just expand, it recycles itself endlessly. So as you rest now, think of that. The infinite patience of gravity, the quiet determination of light, the soft rhythm of creation that has been pulsing since before time began. The stars are not rushing to be born, and neither should you rush to understand them. Their lessons are slow ones, that everything begins in darkness, that warmth grows quietly, and that every burst of light is both an ending and a beginning. You too are part of that process, a brief flare of light in the great nebula of being, small but necessary, fleeting but eternal in the way all energy is eternal. So close your eyes now, if they're not already closed. Imagine drifting through a nebula, soft, glowing, and infinite. You're weightless, surrounded by silence that isn't empty but full. Full of motion, full of warmth, full of the quiet hum of creation. Each breath you take is the echo of a star's heartbeat. Each moment is another flicker of cosmic dawn. The Milky Way is still making stars, and somewhere in that glow, something new, perhaps a sun, perhaps a life, perhaps a dream, has just begun. If you're still here, maybe you've slept a little. Maybe you've dreamed of galaxies. Or maybe you're listening in that quiet space just before dreams begin. That's the perfect place to be. Because tonight, we'll follow the stars as they finish their journey. Not in violence, but in transformation. The death of a star is not an end. It's a rebirth written in light. Every star, no matter how vast or bright, must eventually run out of fuel. Inside, where fusion has burned for millions or billions of years, hydrogen becomes helium, helium becomes carbon, carbon becomes heavier elements. But even the most powerful fires cannot last forever. As the reactions slow, gravity, that ancient patient force, takes control again. The balance tips, and the star begins to change. For some, the transformation is gentle. For others, it's a storm that can light up a galaxy. Stars like our sun end quietly. When the hydrogen in its core runs low, the outer layers begin to swell. The star expands, becoming a vast red giant, its surface cooling and reddening as it breathes outward. Planets nearby may be swallowed. Others drift farther away. In this phase, the star shines more softly, but covers an enormous area, billions of kilometers wide. Eventually, Its outer layers lift away entirely, forming a glowing shell of gas called a planetary nebula. What remains at the center is a small, hot ember, a white dwarf, no larger than the Earth, but heavier than the Sun. It will glow for trillions of years, cooling slowly, fading gradually into darkness. This is how the Sun will die, not in fire, but in silence. But for massive stars, the story is far more dramatic. Imagine a sun not just 1 or 2, but 30 or 50 times larger than ours. These giants live fast, burning their fuel in a fraction of the time. When they reach the end, their cores collapse under their own immense gravity. Atoms are crushed, electrons and protons fuse into neutrons. Then, with no warning, the outer layers rebound in a single instant, a supernova. It is one of the most powerful events in the universe, brighter than entire galaxies for a brief moment. In that explosion, elements like gold, silver, and uranium are forged. Every precious metal on Earth was once created in a dying star's final breath. What's left behind depends on how massive the star was. If it was only a few times larger than the Sun, it becomes a neutron star, a sphere just a few kilometers wide, but heavier than the Sun itself. Its surface is a crust of atomic nuclei. Its interior, a fluid of neutrons so dense that a teaspoon of it would weigh 1 billion tons. Many neutron stars spin rapidly, their magnetic fields beaming radiation like cosmic lighthouses. We call them pulsars. Each pulse we detect from them is the heartbeat of a star that once shone across the galaxy, a rhythm continuing long after the light has gone. But if the star was even larger, if gravity's hand was stronger still, there is no stopping the collapse. The core contracts until not even light can escape. A black hole is born, a region of space where matter, time, and energy fall inward and never return. From the outside, it looks like darkness, but it is more than that. It is the shape of gravity itself, a place where the laws of physics twist and blur. When two black holes merge, they send ripples through the fabric of space-time, the universe ringing like a cosmic bell. These ripples, gravitational waves, travel for billions of years, carrying the soundless memory of death that created light anew. Death gives life to everything around it. When a supernova explodes, it doesn't vanish into nothing. It scatters its enriched gas into space, seeding future generations of stars and planets. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen you breathe, all of it was born in those explosions. You are, quite literally, made of stellar ashes. Every breath you take is part of that long cycle of destruction and rebirth. The stars die so that life can exist. In their death, they give away the elements that make us possible. In some corners of the galaxy, we can still see those remnants glowing. The Crab Nebula, for instance, is the ghost of a supernova that humans witnessed 1,000 years ago. What they saw as a bright new star in the sky was actually a dying one, outshining every other light for weeks before fading. Now, all that remains is a cloud of gas, expanding outward at thousands of kilometers per second, lit from within by the pulsar that sits at its heart. Its filaments twist and shimmer in pinks and blues, the colors of life being recycled. Every wisp of gas there is the future waiting to happen. Other remnants are quieter. The white dwarfs, slowly cooling embers of suns long gone. They no longer fuse elements. They no longer shine with purpose. And yet, even they continue to influence their surroundings. Their gravity can pull matter from nearby stars, reigniting bursts of light called novae, brief resurrections in the dark. Given enough time, longer than the universe has existed so far, These white dwarfs will fade completely, becoming black dwarfs, stars so cold they no longer emit light. But even they will persist, motionless and eternal, drifting in the infinite quiet. If you could stand near a dying star, it would not feel like death. It would feel like transformation, like witnessing time itself changing state. The outward blast of gas, the cooling glow, the slow spiral of dust forming new worlds. These are not endings, but transitions. Even in collapse, there is order. Even in destruction, there is symmetry. The universe never wastes a single atom. Everything is reused, reshaped, and reborn. That's the quiet truth of cosmic death. It is not final, it is fertile. In the distant future, the galaxy itself will dim. Star formation will slow. The bright blue giants will fade. Red dwarfs will be the last to burn, glowing faintly in the dark like embers in a hearth. For trillions of years, they will shine on, long after all others have gone out. And even then, the matter they release will become new structures, new possibilities. The Milky Way may merge with others, change its shape, and fade, but it will never truly disappear. Energy cannot vanish, it only changes form. The universe's silence will be full of what once was light. If you've ever watched a candle burn down to nothing, you know the feeling. That moment when the last flame flickers, when smoke curls upward and disappears, it's not sadness you feel, but stillness. The energy from that small flame isn't gone. It's just moved on, carried into air, into warmth, into motion. A dying star is the same. Its light continues, stretching across the galaxy, touching other worlds, awakening other suns. Even when it fades from view, its influence never ends. So as you rest now, imagine the galaxy breathing in and out. Stars are being born, stars are dying, and in between, countless worlds are drifting through their own quiet stories. The death of a star somewhere out there tonight will one day become the light of a new dawn, the sparkle in another sky, perhaps even the matter of another life. It's a reminder that endings are only beginnings written in a different tense. And as you breathe, as your body settles into the rhythm of rest, remember, you are part of that same cycle. You burn softly, you shine gently, and when you fade, you will become something new. If your eyes are heavy now, let them close. Imagine drifting through the remains of a supernova, glowing threads of blue and pink surrounding you like silk. Each thread is an element of you, waiting to return. You are surrounded by light that has died, and yet here it is, beautiful, warm, alive again in your presence. The stars have been doing this for billions of years, becoming, unbecoming, and beginning once more. And so will you, in your own quiet way. If your eyes are closed, that's all right. You don't need them anymore. You've traveled far tonight, from the spiral arms to the galactic heart, through clouds of light and rivers of darkness, across time itself. Now, we've reached the final part of our quiet voyage, the edge of the Milky Way, where the stars begin to thin and the galaxy fades into the cosmic sea beyond. It's a place few have ever imagined clearly, because here, even imagination must whisper. Out here, the night looks different. The spiral arms that once seemed endless have melted into faint threads of light, scattered and quiet. The air, if there is such a thing here, feels older, emptier, but not cold. It's the stillness of something vast and complete, something that doesn't need to move anymore. The outer halo stretches far beyond sight, a sphere of ancient stars, drifting slowly through eternity. Most are dim red dwarfs or fading embers, the ghosts of suns that burned long before Earth was born. Each one carries a secret, a lifetime of light, still whispering across the dark. If you turn back toward the center, the Milky Way looks like a pale, glowing river. Its spiral arms curve like soft waves, wrapping around the hidden black hole at the core, Sagittarius A. The dust lanes shimmer like brushstrokes painted in light, and the faint glow of billions of stars merges into a single golden haze. It is beautiful beyond words, even from here, at the edge. And yet, it feels peaceful. The kind of peace that comes only after a long story has been told. A peace earned through motion, gravity, and time. Beyond this point, the stars of our galaxy give way to the greater universe, the cosmic ocean. Other galaxies drift in the distance, faint and silent, their own stories unfolding far away. Some are spirals like ours, others are ellipticals, irregulars, or mere smudges of light. They are families, neighbors, travelers, all part of the same web of gravity that holds everything together. If you could step back far enough, you would see that galaxies form clusters, and clusters form filaments, and between them lie vast, empty voids, cosmic deserts where almost nothing exists. The Milky Way is only one grain in this grand tapestry, a single shimmering note in the song of creation. And yet, for us, it is home. Every story you've ever heard, every person who has ever lived, every sunrise and ocean and heartbeat. They all happened inside this one galaxy, within this quiet spiral drifting through infinity. That thought is humbling, but it's also comforting, because it means we belong here, in this particular corner of existence, held gently by its gravity. We are made of it, literally. The same carbon that builds trees, the same iron that runs through your veins, the same hydrogen that fills the stars, all forged from the same galactic furnace. When you look up, you are not looking out at the universe. You are looking into yourself. The edge of the Milky Way isn't a boundary, not really. There's no wall, no line where one thing ends and another begins. It simply fades. Starlight dissolving into darkness, matter thinning until it's more emptiness than substance. It's like the end of a thought, or the moment between waking and sleep. And just beyond that soft horizon, the gravitational pull of other galaxies begins to tug. Our Milky Way is already moving toward Andromeda, its distant twin. Someday, their edges will touch, and new stars will form in the glow of their union. Even galaxies don't stay still for long, but that's still billions of years away. For now, the Milky Way continues to spin, slow and steady, carrying us with it through the dark. Every 225 million years, our solar system completes a single orbit around the galactic center. That means that since Earth formed, we've made about 20 trips around, 20 galactic years. When the dinosaurs walked, we were in a different part of the spiral arm. When humans first lit fires, the stars above them were not in the same places they are now. We are travelers, always moving even when we don't feel it. Even now, as you lie still, you are drifting at hundreds of kilometers per second through space. There's something soothing about that constant motion wrapped in silence. You don't need to hold on. The galaxy is holding you. It has been since before you were born and will continue long after you're gone. Thus, atoms in your body have made this journey many times, through countless forms. Star, gas, rock, sea, and thought. And when you sleep tonight, you'll be continuing that same pattern, transforming light into rest, motion into calm, energy into peace. In that way, you and the Milky Way are not so different. Both of you shine quietly for a while, then fade then rise again in a new form. If you listen, really listen, you might almost hear the galaxy's slow breath. The hum of hydrogen clouds drifting, the faint sigh of ancient light, the rhythm of orbits winding endlessly forward. It is not a sound you can hear with your ears, but with something deeper. It's the heartbeat of creation itself, still echoing from the first moment, the Big Bang, when everything began expanding from a single point of possibility. That expansion is still happening now, around you, within you. Through every atom you contain, the universe is still becoming. And so are you. Far beyond even the halo of our galaxy lies the cosmic background light, the oldest radiation in existence. A faint glow left over from the dawn of time. It fills all of space, everywhere, like a soft afterimage of the universe's first breath. It's not bright, but it's constant, a reminder that everything began with light, and that light still lingers, carrying information from the beginning to now. When astronomers detect it, they are, in a way, listening to the echo of creation. That echo moves through you too. Every second, photons from the early universe pass through your body, quiet, ancient, and eternal. So now, as you rest here at the edge of the galaxy, let yourself drift with it. You are floating inside a spiral of light, wrapped in the invisible arms of gravity, surrounded by a sea of possibilities. Everything that has ever lived or will ever live exists within this single, magnificent story. A story that keeps writing itself with every orbit, every photon, every thought. And for this brief moment, you are part of the sentence. You are the flicker of consciousness through which the universe remembers it exists. Let go of the idea of endings. There are none. The Milky Way spins on, stars die and are born again, galaxies collide and merge, atoms travel from one life to another. Even when light fades, something new begins in the dark. The universe is a lullaby without a final note, only the promise of continuation. And as you breathe slowly now, sinking deeper into stillness, remember that your own story is part of that endless cycle. You are starlight becoming human, human becoming memory, memory becoming light once more. So rest now, gentle traveler. You've wandered through billions of years tonight, and you've come home. Home to a galaxy that has carried you all along. You are safe here, surrounded by the glow of ancient suns and the hum of creation. The stars are still shining, the Milky Way is still turning. And somewhere in its soft spiral arm, a small blue world spins quietly through the dark, carrying your dreams with it. Sleep now and let the universe keep watch. Good night.